active, exciting game in our hands, and I know two people who are going to be very happy with that. Let's head over to Odie Pixel and Fog.
Indeed, Chief. Yes, game one of Alliance versus Liquid. Fogged, we're having two very exciting drafts coming out here. We've heard from the panel. Well, what about your opinion? Who do you think sort of come out with the better strat, or are we going to have quite a close one on our hands here?
I hope that we have a close one. I think Liquid have drafted them a pretty successful draft of being able to apply pressure early and really shut down the effectiveness of Alchemist. I like this last pick, Wind Ranger. I think it's a perfect solution to try to alleviate the pressure and also just to do well in the mid lane. Just do well in his matchup and be able to actually move from lane to lane. And, you know, he should be able to enable his team. You know, that's the non-greedy pick where he's the one that has to make the space for the PA with that Alchemist as well, too. And I like what T said. You know, that Aghanim's giveaway to Wind Ranger, at that mid-game mark, it goes absolutely crazy. Like, it's your third item. You usually don't really want to build it. You get that BKB instead, and you just go crazy. You're a mobility monster. But I do like what Liquid's got, too. I think that they've got a lot of counters, and I think that they can... You know, they can really impress whenever they do have this Grimstroke and this Earth Spirit. I think Taiga and Insania have really shown and just demonstrated how powerful these two supports can be at any point in the game.
Let's see, as we get ourselves into the action at Alliance, making the aggressive move over to Liquid's half of the map. I haven't smoked up for this, though. Treading over to see who they can find here, and they will bump into Mickey. Mickey is going to take a stun to the face here as they go straight away for the first blood attempt. He's into the trees, though, and he's able to make it out of there. I think they have quite enough control and damage to take down Mickey, despite him walking into the midst of them all. Alliance, they're still going to head up to the high ground. Liquid, they're going to start punching back onto FNG, see if Alliance can hold the ground here to get the rune, but they're a little hesitant now with the poison laid down on the ground. Alliance will back up, they'll retreat.
They tried to get a nice little sneaky kill, get that nice like setup for a third bounty rune, but unable to. They did see some weaknesses in that Liquid draft. You know, to start here, we see the Vipers almost always get Nether Toxin to start. Enigma's gonna get Eidolon, so you have good ways to pressure. When you have Lion and a dying, natural stuns and strong level ones, they try to get something out of it.
Let's see how these lanes go then. So as you say, the pick of the Wind Ranger, you feel that this lane, Limp, he's got the potential to outplay Quake for as a Viper in this 1v1.
Yeah, it's all about, like, just you do well in the matchup, and then as soon as you're at level 6, if you're able to go that Rush Javelin, you get a rotation or something, you can kill that Viper and stop him pretty much entirely. We've seen a lot of times now, Vipers, they've learned how to play this matchup, and they actually just always just Nether Toxin push the wave, and then Wind Ranger actually kind of struggles a bit because you don't hit 6 first if you don't get denies. So it's really all about the deny game. Nice little range creep denied from odd lane.
Down it on the bottom lane.
Radiant's courier
he's going to be able to find a courier. A little bit of gold here for Liquid. And this lane as a whole, so this boxy Tiger duo, the Earth Spirit and the Enigma, there's going to be pressure. Top lane though, Mickey. He's actually able to draw first. Blood on S4, steps in, not too far. They've got the kill potentially here with the Scrim Ursa lane. S4's got to be careful in this matchup.
Yeah, this is the lane really to watch out for. This is where the chaos, and this is where I think Alliance can just completely crumble. This is very tough for S4. It's an Alchemist versus Ursa, and not just an Ursa. It's an Ursa with the Grimstroke, one of the best enabling supports in the game. So it is very hard. They have to be very careful how they use their stuns, and they have to force the lane in constantly with acid spray. So just got to be a little bit more careful next time.
See how well I'm able to do that. I'm taking quite a beating here from Insania.
And going back to bottom lane, this is the boring lane. This one, Earth Spirit and Enigma can't really threaten PA too much, especially not with an Undying at the back. They just have to play to maximize. Just get those denies going, block the camps, don't let Alliance pull back, and just get boxy so that he can get timings, not really slow down the PA besides just idle denies. Yeah, going forward, we're seeing Mango being brought. He farms the small camp, pushes in the mid wave too, so he's getting just a little bit more out of Limp, but Limp does have a couple more denies as well.
If Quake keeps playing it like this, as you say, just aggressively shoving it into the death,
again.
He's probably going to get more farm out of it. They're trying to get it onto Mickey. They've got the concoction here. S4 is going to lay it down. It's not enough damage. S4's still going to be very careful. Insania. He has got the mangoes, but no cooldowns at the moment. They've got the backup. Tiger rolls in straight away over towards Hanskin. They won't get S4, but they'll get the Lion. As Hanskin falls, another kill for Mickey in this safe lane.
Bottom. FNG wants to punish that movement, though. He skills the tombstone for this.
Getting it onto Boxy, and they'll do it. So Alliance able to, as you say, just at least make an aggressive move themselves to mirror the action the Liquid's bringing up top.
Yeah, that's actually pretty important. Like there was like a double creep wave going under the tower there for the Enigma, so it's really cool that FNG goes for a tombstone point. It's never something you really see. It's always going to be that soul rip level 2. They just, they just capitalize because of their spirit rotations. I like that. As we'll be seeing that a lot. We'll be watching Taiga always making that TP toward top whenever they see a kill opportunity, because he can leave the Enigma alone for the most part. Boxy might have to just be a little more cautious. I don't think he expected that tomb.
Seeing him not get quite as much as Nico Baby is down on that bottom lane. So it's farm in comparison to Mickey, of course, a little slower. Top lane, Mickey. S4 just taking so much damage each time that he gets in range of this Ursa. A very spooky lane for him to be in.
He's completely out of mana too, so he doesn't have a concoction to slow things down. As Hanskin has to go check runes, he will be able to find a nice arcane rune for Limp. Going to be really nice for more constant power shot spams. Koikfa is still winning the matchup. He's going to get the 6 a little bit earlier than Limp. That means a little bit harder for Limp to set up for a kill, unless he gets a rotation. And seeing a Nico Baby again this time around. 2 times that I've seen where he's given mostly free farm, and he goes for Orber Corrosion rather than just rushing the, for like Trent's Battle Fury.
Okay.
He's actually going to be going phase boots as well, so it's a little bit of a difference.
Nice top. Hands up. I've got the setup again. And it's a lane that they're giving quite a lot to Mickey in. You know, Mickey pretty much free farming as the Ursa, and he's got 3 kills to his name here before the 5-minute mark in that safe lane. Bottom. They try and poke it onto Boxy, but this time Tiger, he's there by Boxy's side. And if anything, Nico Baby and FNG have to be kind of careful how aggressive they get into all of these Eidolons.
S4 kind of has to just ditch the lane at this point top. This is a pretty big concern for Alliance. I don't think that they can really lane up here too much more. Like, Mika has got his ring of health. He's got Orb of Venom. If they just keep coming into this lane, like Insania and them they're just going to keep getting all these kills. So I think S4 just has to jungle, which that's going to hurt them a lot in this early game. As now that's going to just, full alleviation. Now Taiga gets to pick and choose everything he wants to do in this game as his 4 position, since their top lane is just broken on Alliance.
I'm interested to see, as you say, sort of after the Orbital Corrosion in the phase, which route Nico Baby wants to go. If he does still want to go for the Battle Fury, if he wants to go for sort of that full fight. We have seen him before. He's one of the PA players that does still like to go the route of just the straight deso and get involved with the team. And I guess that wouldn't fare too bad here, right? Because you've got a fantastic roster to fight around with. When you look at the other Heroes of Alliance, they want to get involved in that early action, and it could be, used in a way to punish Mickey going for that Battle Fury build-up and maybe find an opening against Liquid's lineup.
Perhaps I'm a little worried if Nico Baby does show up to fight because he's playing into Viper, that he just gets Nether Toxin and dies every time, but
sure.
We'll see which one he does opt to go for. I mean, Mika is just fully enabled, so he's going to have this timing quite a bit better. And as we know, Liquid, they love their stacks. They're going to have those stacks at the ready for this Ursa very early on.
Dire are scanning.
See. Top S4 now starting to be able to get a little bit of farm here under the tower.
Yeah, he's got his bottle. Rotation is starting to come from Koikfa. It's spotted, though. This ward inside the river. Both wards are actually pretty much on top of each other. They will see Koikfa making the move up. Insania.
A little aggressive onto Insania, but as you say, they're aware of what's going on. Bottom lane, Boxy gets jumps upon immediately out of the TP.
Honestly, I wasn't aware you were.
Good tower damage coming out here from Alliance, FNG. You even see the Undying beating on that tower. It's getting pretty low. This is nice pressure coming out every time they do see an opportunity when Taiga leaves. Are seeing Alliance capitalizing on this. As the tower is gonna get put into deny range any second now.
But they're able to stick around for the last hit.
Oh, look, Limp's actually making the connection over. This could be a really nice rotation.
Yeah, Tiger is going to try and make the jump forward here. At the same time, the Nico Baby goes straight onto Boxy. Boxy sniped out by the power shot from Limp. They'll lose FNG, but this should be a cleanup for Alliance as Limp finds the setup onto Tiger. They clean up both kills. A tower and both heroes dead on the bottom lane. Alliance really getting that pressure into play down there.
Really nice play by Limp. And I love that FNG went for this. A lot of times people would just default and go for, your soul rip level 2 and stuff like that. These 2 moves that they made when they saw Taiga move out were so impactful. They've completely shut down the Enigma in this early start here. And now taking the offlane tower, that doesn't happen so much anymore. It used to be a big thing that we used to do in the past, but they're able to get it this early on. That's going to give a lot of freedom for Nico Baby because he also has ward coverage. They did put down the double wards to protect them, so this is some good stuff from Alliance here early on.
Yeah, they already got sort of the, as you say, good vision starting to step into that triangle. And with having both of those tier 1s taken as early there as they have done, they've got a lot of routes for access to try and find the setups. At the same time, though, Liquid, they're coming off the back of their own smoke. Tiger moving Quakefor into position. Quakefor went for the brown boots, rush into Rod of Atos. So he has got good setup and control. Bottom lane, Boxy getting poked upon, but they're going to see Quakefor. They're going to make sure they get their cores out of it. FNG is going to get kicked up to the cliff. He'll be left behind, but at least Nico Baby will be able to have the information to get himself out of it and not stick around. Same time, in the mid lane, Insania was trying to pick up some levels. Limp, he's able to go for the solo kill, and in fact, bottom, Nico Baby actually finds the option to get back in onto Boxy. As Liquid start to break back up and split up to their respective lanes, Boxy's left alone, and Nico Baby, he leaves no hesitation there as he jumps for that opportunity.
And his Orbital Corrosion and Phase Boots, they pay off for him to get those type of solo kills, absolutely. So it ends up working out for him right there. Taiga, you see him get a nice D ward, and we are seeing Limp. He's got this, he's got this good timing here now. After he gets that solo kill on Insania, he's got his Javelin, he's got Fairy's Trinket too, which is going to work really well with it. And he can actually set up for some nice focus fire kills. Mickey is that big monster, though, that they're going to have to deal with at some point, as he is the top of the net worth. And we're imagining, Insania is going to start getting those stacks ready. We already see 3 double stacks inside their triangle, their defensive triangle.
So far, there's every reason to believe that Mickey is going to get this Battle Fury in good timing, and that item after it's going to come out seemingly just moments after, with the way that Liquid have managed to set up their half of the map. We'll see what Alliance is able to do about that bottom lane. Tiger trying to chase down Hanskin. They're bringing in Quakefor again off the back of another smoke. See if he's going to have the setup. He should do here. Hanskin's been found. Quakefor with the rotation gets himself the kill.
I like that he's gone for the Atos build too this game. Double mobility cores that can get really punished by that. The Wind Ranger as well as the PA. So it's going to work really nice for his Nether Toxin. And Boxy gets some space now since they will be able to kill the Lion. He's able to put pressure on bottom, and he's been slowed down a lot. So his book is going to come out much later than usual. We've seen S4 now come out a decent margin ahead of that Enigma. And he's already queued up he's already got the Ags queued up. So more than likely going to go for Wind Ranger at the start, and then it's going to be there for Nico Baby too. So
I think so.
Always going to have those nice cores to be able to amp up with it. But that means he's going to be naked. This is going to be a full naked Alchemist.
Sure, is it essentially what a free kill for Quakefor or Mickey if they find him in the action?
Yeah. Which he probably would be in the most part this game anyway. Brian was talking about how there's certain heroes that it doesn't really matter what items those heroes have. They'll just kill you based off their innate skill. Ursa is absolutely one of those.
Regeneration.
Ursa same thing with that Viper versus Alk. So yeah, S4's game. It'll be tough, but he's just going to be this glorified kind of support to buff up his allies.
Yeah, and so I think, all things said and done, only dying the once in that top lane. That's kind of as good as you can ask for in the setup that he was given against the Ursa Grim.
Under attack.
Absolutely, especially with like an Earth Spirit who had the potential of him, like if he dies once or twice afterwards, like Earth Spirit's just gonna thrive. And yeah, so it's good shit. It's good shit from Alliance.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
See, Lem, 500 gold off the Maelstrom. Tiger coming in the roll. Is he gonna be able to get both those stacks there? He is perfectly done. I mean, as you say,
look at the jungle.
They must spend many hours just sort of stacking, because they really do have it down to perfection. And at a level that we just don't see any other team really just hit the numbers. You look at the squad, sure, people are stacking, but somehow Liquid, they just take it to another level. Every game, every year.
These players had years of experience practicing in Han. That's all you did in Han was just stack camps, and they brought it here.
Wait, what do you mean? Was that literally, what was the difference?
It was a huge meta in Han always for stacking. You could stack infinitely for a long time, so.
I mean, yeah, there's definitely some truth to that. I'd say we know the background of a lot of Liquid's players. And hey, it works.
It absolutely does. And they're able to slow down a little bit of this game. Don't think Alliance minds a slowed down draft by any means, with this Alchemist able to get space to farm these Ags as he's halfway towards the first one. And Nico Baby is farming unpressured, as they did get those towers so early on. And now Liquid, I can get set up on.
See if they've got this. They don't land the shackle shot, but hey, they have it here with Hanskin dropping the finger down.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Very nicely baited there, just waiting for him to jump in. Yeah, PA and Alchemist sitting back hitting jungle. Have to feel pretty good if you're Alliance, but there's that timing.
Here we go.
There's the Battle Fury, and look at these stacks.
Oh boy, here we go. Decently faster than the average from Mickey.
actually really important to point out too. I want to say like 90% of the times when I see Ursus, they have the 404 build or 414. He's got 1 point in the Earthshock, so he has max overpower.
Yeah,
so he's fight ready as well. Pretty cool.
He's going to get a lot out of this, and to make sure that he's going to be, as you say, incredibly fight ready. He'll be getting that BKB straight up after the Battle Fury. See that bottom Tiger? He's looking for the lead in onto FNG. They'll be able to find it. Limp is here with a wraparound though. Foxy trying to step over, but with the reveal of Wind Ranger in this area, Liquid, they don't want to try and push in any further.
Want some
they're still feeling like they can't force the issue. You know, Undying and Wind Ranger, they're very strong still during this time, especially if the Alchemist rotates over. Still is tough fights for them really to just surround versus Undying. As we know, he's like the king of the early game.
Radiant's
They've done a great job in this early game on Alliance. 6-6. Very nice and close. Exactly how we wanted for this series.
Let's see how we're doing on Nico Baby's Battle Fury. He's
Not
getting
bad.
there, of course. It is a little slower, but part of that down to the fact that he built this Absorber Corrosion, which I think in the long run is it did allow him to get those early kills. We see 3-0 and 1. He was able to really play his lane to its full potential with that build up. And honestly, sure, it's not going to be a Battle Fury timing the same with the Ursa, but with the game this even, there's absolutely room for him to catch up. And as you say, eventually he's going to get that net worth boost from S4 and his Aghanim's. Top lane S4,
and
he's going to be able to walk in straight on a Quaitfa. He just steps up, drops a concoction on his head. Quaitfa wasn't ready for that one.
They perfectly set up for it too. I'm not sure how they exactly knew where he was, but S4 was so aware of the Viper's positioning. He hid in the tree lines, started the concoction stun before the Viper even turns the corner. Great setup from Alliance, and another read of the play, read of the map. Where they kill the bottom Earth Spirit setting up for Rune, kill the Viper as he set up top, and get another tower. Third tier 1 already.
Some super quick pressure here. 14 minutes in to have taken all those towers already.
And S4 just gets to go back to his triangle, farm his stacks. He's got an Ags in a sec, and 500 already.
Okay.
500 off from it.
And you'd say, well, absolutely, first one going to Limp.
Give it a Limp. Limp can literally be, he's so mobile that Viper can't match the mobility. And he doesn't, Quaitfa still doesn't have bots. So, that Ags is going to be given super equip, and Limp is going to be making moves everywhere. And I think Liquid's really going to struggle to match that movement.
I mean, Mickey, he is going to be incredibly strong. This BKB timing is going to be very, very quickly. But for sure, the kiting potential and also the ability for Alliance to make the jump on him. He's got to be careful of Handskin or Limp getting that sort of angle from the trees and catching him by surprise.
Yeah, and also Hanskin's going to be getting pretty close to a blink dagger. All this slow game, he's 1 in 3. He's just been able to sit back, get that passive gold going. The only thing Limp has to be careful of is really the supports. The Atos and the 2 supports that have the lockdown, have the silences that can really bother him. Really, it's get BKB and get gifted that Ags when he has that big timing versus the supports that he does have to worry about them.
I mean, and for Quaitfa, as quick as the Atos was, is it going to be a bit of a disappointment from his perspective that he wasn't able to find more action with that, or does that not really matter?
They actually gave the first Ags to Nico Baby, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Just for him to be able to fight and stuff. Okay, cool.
All right, he's strong. He's very strong. Those extra stats, you're going to feel that.
Yeah, it maybe feels a little bit bad for Quaitfa, but you can see why. Like, you couldn't run into an Undying. It's just too hard, and your hero is essentially in a big counterpicked. Wind Ranger, that's why people pick this hero versus Viper. It's just a very good core matchup versus it, as you can just focus fire. And they also have the Undying Flesh Golem makes a hero like Viper just not look tanky anymore.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
All of them sort of strength in. It all makes a difference on that sort of hero. But we're going to see Alliance actually going to attempt for the Rocher. They've got a DD on Limp.
They've got the Flesh Golem and the Tombstone.
Look how quickly it's dying here. It's
already dead.
Just getting destroyed.
Radiant's top
they take it down in a second. Alliance with an easy Aegis here, now picked up by Nico Baby.
I feel like people always forget the effectiveness of Flesh Golem versus Roche. 25% spell amp with an acid spray with all this armor. It's just dead. And now you're playing versus a PA with Aegis and with Ags, and he's going to have time to sit back and farm BKB. This is definitely concerning for Liquid.
All right, yeah, this PA, mighty strong. I mean, Tiger, they're going to try and I don't even know if they can take him down at once. They're going to give it their best shot. Now they're going to roll out. They realize that this is not a kill that's happening,
They're like, what?
Let alone twice.
Why they got so much HP?
Yeah.
So tanky from that Ags being gifted. Quaitfa, he just walks under a ward down bottom. They're already setting up for him. Nico Baby's already on the charge.
Straight away making the jump. Hex set up from Hansken, and he's gone.
The soil
I feel...
I'm surprised he fingered. Okay.
I mean, hey, you got to get those stacks, dude.
That's true.
Look at those stacks. He's preparing himself for the Aghanim's, you know. That's why he's following S4. He's like, please, sir, can I have an Ags?
Mine's very useful, I swear.
Hey,
this is excellent stuff from Alliance so far. Just really good wards, really good reads of the map, and it seems like the last like 6-7 minutes or so, they've just been perfect at understanding where Liquid's going to be set up.
I mean, how's sort of Mickey's game going now? He's got the BKB done, getting the blink up next. I mean, at what point do you feel Liquid's sort of saying, right, Mickey, we want to get him involved in some action, sort of take him away from the farm mode and actually start to utilize the Ursula? What point is he strong?
I feel like he already is strong. I think they can actually fight around him. I think their bigger thing is just wanting Boxy's BKB so that then he can always just black hole and name a match versus that annoying tombstone.
A quick one here onto FNG here. Tiger having the follow. Haskell's going to jump in. They're going to look to fight Nico, but he's straight for the back lines. He's looking for Insania, but Mickey jumps forward. They'll keep Insania alive now. Quite for looks to turn. Tiger trying to roll away, but they jump over. They finish him off. Limp takes the kill. As the rest of Liquid will back up. Just get the trade there between the two of them. Saw that, yeah, great aggression here from Nico Baby, ready to jump in. Unfortunately for him, though, we do have Insania having the Ghost Scepter. Wasn't quite able to kill off that Grim in time.
I saw both of the supports on Liquid rushing that, so just knowing that the majority of the damage is going to be coming out either from Focus Fire or from PA hitting someone. Ghost Scepter, very valuable. Now, I mean, Nico Baby's going to be able to get his BKB at a super nice timing. So yeah, I really think the big thing for Liquid for them is just get the BKB for Boxy finished. He's very close to it, and then look for those engagements. And then it can be a little scary for Alliance where, you know, they don't have a way to stop it.
And who's sort of the big threat, the big target for a BKB black hole? Would you say it's Nico Baby or Limp? It's Nico Baby.
It's Nico Baby. Oh yeah, Limp can get addressed by the supports. That's the thing. Like he's actually about to have BKB, so that'll make it a little bit easier for him. But the supports can deal with him if they do get the connection as well. Actually, Koikva even buying a Ghost Scepter too. Just really seeing that it's mostly physical damage on Alliance. Getting ready for the E-Blade setup, and now Taiga's hunting. Sees the acid spray, but S4.
Dire's top
and does this sort of surprise you, now S4 not going for another axe? He's going to start building for himself now. He's queuing up the blink next.
Okay, I mean, it is a really feels like a very carry meta, so just giving it to the carry first and then
Limp, sure. Good luck, you're on your own. No axe for you.
I mean, he'll give it to him. He'll get it eventually on Limp, right? So you don't want to be fully naked on the Alchemist. Sure. Blink is always a nice pickup for follow-up for stuns and control.
I guess very nice as well. Again, some sort of the setup as well. You see an Earth Spirit coming in, you see that Rod of Atos projection coming at you, you're going to get the chance to react.
Yeah, and he can get on the back line too. He can follow up with the PA, and then it's like, okay, PA's killing everyone, and then there's an acid spray on top of him, right? Like, just because the Alchemist can get to that point. Wow. As Nico Baby, DD, and they both have BKBs.
Yeah, he's pretty scary. McKay, straight into the trees. He senses something's up. He is right out of there underneath the tower. Unlikely Alliance is going to be able to reach him. As deep as he's keeping himself. So, good read from Liquid here, making sure not to lose anyone to this last minute of Aegis and that DD in a bottle that Nico Baby has right now.
Maybe losing Taiga. Power shot won't quite connect. He'll be able to roll away. But might stay down here to continue the push. Let's see what Taiga looks to do. As Alliance, they still do have 10 seconds on Aegis. They have a DD still in the bottle for Nico Baby too. And they do have good ward coverage, good ward vision right now. They actually do see Insania. They do see Liquid all up inside this inside their jungle at the moment. And they get to chill and farm. If PA ever, PA's farming during this game, this feels good for Alliance. Liquid game is starting to feel kind of concerning for them. It feels like they're really going to just have to get a really good black hole in the fight. So it really just feels like the PA is going to kill everyone.
Sure. And it's sort of kind of matching out to be this game where for Liquid it's all going to be on the back of Mickey, right? He's sort of that scaling carry that's got to deal the damage, and Quakefoot falling a little bit behind. Whereas on the other side, both this Wind Ranger and PA in the late game, they're going to be able to single-handedly focus the target from 100 to 0.
Versus the win run and the evasion, so that'll be nice if he's able to get it. But I think Alliance is going to start just looking for the fights.
Well, they're trying to find the setup here. Liquid again.
DD.
They are aware.
Yeah.
They're not allowing.
This ward is still watching them,
Liquid,
though.
maybe they'll try and find it. They turn on to FNG. They take him down straight away. Tiger over the side. He's got the X-Roll set up there, buffed up by Insania, but it's not going to help him, as Tiger will get ripped to shreds.
It's just the game of killing the Earth Spirit and the Undying. It seems the one supports die and everyone just bails out instantly. Alliance wanting to chase for more, but Liquid just constantly moving away and resetting the fights until they do feel like they can fight.
Yeah.
I guess Boxy wants Blink as well, so he can actually get the position for the black holes. It's just going to give Alliance more time, though.
I mean, because that is the thing. It does feel like for Liquid's game, it's very much, you know, they get to a certain point and then it's like, well, can we fight? And then it's like, well, maybe actually we need another item. But you feel that every time they're sort of having to postpone it, that's always just going to favor Alliance, these moments that pass.
Yeah, it definitely does feel like it. As like S4, it's like he's got the Blink, he's going to go Stellar Crest, and then he's going to start being able to give more eggs.
All right.
In fact, the Wind Ranger's not going to have to buy it. Then now Limp can actually go for more greedy items for himself. He's got the Maelstrom BKB, then he's going for his own MKB. So he's going to be pure damage, and then he's going to be enabled from the Alchemist buff-ups. Yeah, Liquid playing this farm game because they just have to play into this hand. But it doesn't feel like it favors them. So now Basher is done. And the next item will probably be Abyssal. And then they do have a way to deal with BKB Black Hole as well.
Haste.
10-8 and slightly growing lead here continuously for Alliance this game. A very steady one. 4K lead. Nico Baby now level 18.
Well and truly enabled.
Say for Liquid. Okay, waiting on the MKB. And Boxy on that Blink. Boxy pretty much having the Blink. It will have that solid jump, and that, of course, the Aegis is gone. So
if the fight comes to Liquid, they could look to fight with the Blink BKB. They don't really want to go searching for it, but they have the option to be able to. They ideally want to wait for the MKB, but like I said, if it does come, then they will be able to maybe get a setup if Boxy's able to find the good one. They're actually going to go for the smoke, so let's see what they can find. Maybe they can catch Alliance off guard.
Are scanning.
So should be
Dire's
Every
middle
coin
tower
helps.
is under attack.
good as opportunity as any to get that Blink black hole off.
Are they going to get all 4 bounties with an Alchemist? They are. S4 just walks in, so now they're aware that Liquid is definitely smoked making some move. Yeah, they get 4 bounties with an Alchemist lineup. That's kind of a dream. We're going to see that net worth really swing up quickly. And Solar Crest is done, so PA even stronger now.
He limps silently looking at S4's quick buy and hoping. He's actually got the axe queued up himself. He's trying to subtly send a message to S4. He's like, please. Please. And we'll see. As into the pit they go. Alliance. They're going to go for this. As we said, though, Liquid, they've got that jump. Can they find the opportunity? Can they get that angle, though, from Boxy?
They're going to try for it.
Tiger's going to try and start off the action. BKB's popped by Nico Babies. He turns straight away. They're looking to find the easy kills. He jumps over towards Mickey, forcing Mickey to head off to the side.
BKB.
The shackle's down. He's got Tiger Box. He's going to jump in. He gets the black hole onto the 2 of them. Do they have to follow damage though? S4 is still looking pretty healthy. FNG is still alive as well. He can't kill him in time. As Nico Baby turns, crits down Boxy. Over towards Mickey. They've got Mickey pops the BKB. He's able to tear down S4. But the rest of Liquid, they've got to run because Limp, he's on the chase. He's over to Quake for them. Picked up a 4 as it's only Insania left alive. As Alliance, they'll continue to run him down. As Liquid, they just can't find the fight there. Alliance were more than prepared.
My people died for
As it
nothing.
really seems that with every moment, Liquid just slipping further and further away from any opportunity that they really had this game to fight against Alliance. Alliance are getting so far ahead now off the back of that fight and what will now be another Roshan.
They made that fight look kind of easy. Liquid was trying at any type of avenues to approach this. Mickey kills the tombstone instantly, which feels like it's super impactful, but then he's kited away from the BKB of Nico Baby. The hole comes out, but there's no follow-up. They're all controlled during it. It's just a black hole with nothing else. Maybe just a stroke of fate from Insania, but Insania also, he can't get into the midst of the action. He has to play up on the sideline. And yeah, they can't actually take the fight as all when they're all kited like that.
No, just excellent moves there from Alliance. It does just seem that this game, Alliance, they know the path to victory and that they haven't strayed from it at all so far. And Liquid's it's hard to see the answer. Now, how do you deal with this pressure and this momentum that Alliance has? Nico, baby, he's already on the hunt behind the towers. He's looking for action. He's going to jump over towards Boxy. As the follow-ups there, Boxy locked down. Alliance just picking apart Liquid one by one now.
And Limp has the Ags. He bought it for himself. He wants that mobility. It's so good versus the Ursa in the game anyway, so wanted it at this point. And this is really where Alliance, it feels like they can actually close the game pretty soon. Liquid, they can't take any fights. They have to get, it really does feel like they have to get a 3-man black hole, and they have to have everybody beating on it.
I mean, this is really just looking very good from Alliance across the board so far here in this game one. I mean, what do you think the biggest difficulty has been for Liquid this game? Is it something that their draft lacks? Is it some sort of way that they set up the early game?
Dire's top tower
I think Alliance just played the early game perfectly, honestly. I think FNG, like, skilling the tombstone at level 2, killing Boxy, shutting him down effectively twice, taking his tower, taking mid tower. It feels like everything really just went so perfectly for them because of just a couple rotations that didn't work from Liquid.
Nico, baby, again, just on the hunt behind his tier 2s. He's over towards Mickey. Mickey's got to put the BKB in the enrage and get out. As Tiger's coming, Nico, baby. He's hunting over. Tiger up to the high ground. He is away. Alliance, they'll hold themselves back. They don't want to try diving high ground quite yet.
Just this threat. You know, I think that this Undying pick really answered so many things that Liquid wanted to have. Like, they wanted to be able to fight into this Alchemist early on, and then Undying comes, and it's just like, we actually can't fight early because of this pick. And I think Alliance has just played perfectly around it. As they've read pretty much all the moves from Liquid, like even setting up for little cheeky plays like around runes, like the Arcane rune where they set up on bottom. It's really just been heads-up plays from Alliance throughout this entire game.
Dire are
one of these games so far where the carry in the mid, flawless stuff. Nico, baby, and Limp both yet to die in this game.
It's a really good last pick Wind Ranger game. I know they were mentioning how earlier today it was versus like Willow and a couple other like straight counter ones. Limp has done an excellent job from start to finish in this game, and now onto the high ground. Still with a lot of time.
Oh, he's in! Oh, he's diving tier 4s! Goodbye, Boxy. As Hansken lays down another finger here to get the job done.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They can't do anything. They really can't. Like, Mickey, he needs MKB to be able to hit the PA. He can't just rely on the break mechanic. I mean, he's going to try to finish that one.
I think he's going for a rapier. I think he needs to. I don't know if MKB is going to cut it. This game is looking pretty rough here for Liquid. And that might just be an understatement with how well Alliance is playing against them. Jump over towards Tiger. It's just another kill. It just doesn't stop these kills here from Liquid, from Alliance. 18 to 9, 16k lead here, 30 minutes in. Taking the mid racks. Mickey will spend up and buy the MKB, just wanting to have something to try and fight Alliance with. Now, they're going to be fighting into an aggressive move here from Alliance, where they still have the Aegis for a minute and a half. They still have the cheese on Nico, baby.
Nico, baby, just takes the armor corruption. He doesn't even take the blur evasion talent. Doesn't need it. Quick, everything is snowballing. Doesn't need it. That's Mickey.
And Mickey. See if he can take him down the once. Concoction out onto Mickey. They will manage to bring down Nico, baby, the first time. Boxy's going to come up with a full black hole, locking him down, and they got enough damage to take him down the second time. He's still alive. He's able to turn. Jumps over towards Boxy. Nico, baby's able to survive through it all. The hedge comes out from Hanskin. Kylie got Mickey. Shackle shot down on the two of them. Nico, baby, he's thinking about getting back in. He's starting them up here with the dagger. Straight back over to Mickey. As that's Mickey down and out, he's spent up fully for that MKB. He's out of the game for 70 seconds. They try their best there with the black hole to catch Nico, baby, on the respawn, but they just couldn't kill him the second time.
I think he may have been able to get him if he black-holed perfectly, but he actually black-holed a bit early. The Aegis came up, and Nico, baby, was like a fraction of life, and he gets the cheese off because of that. I think if they timed it perfect, maybe they get the kill. Not sure if it would end up winning the fight for them, but a small thing can matter in these type of games. As Alliance clean up the racks, and they're going to be able to back away and maybe even go for more, as Limp's already pushing bottom.
Yeah, they're ready to continue to close this one up. Alliance, Nico, baby, picking up a nullifier.
Dire's bottom tower is
got a full Daedalus done on Limp.
This should make my life easier.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
They're going to have one final hold here, Liquid, but with no black hole. They really don't have much at all to stop Alliance here.
Nico, baby's just going to eviscerate these supports now with Nullifier. Ghost Scepter's not going to help you anymore. He's waiting and looking for his target.
He's ready to just go straight in. Immediately jumps over towards Quite was out of the game for 50. Insania will buy himself some safety with the Ghost Sector. But you know that Nico Baby's going to be ready to jump straight back in if anyone steps over his way. Boxy trying to stop that from happening as he drops the Malefice down onto Nico Baby. Liquid trying to step forward, but they're losing their base once again. The tier 3 goes down. Rax exposed. Nico Baby, he's in it. Straight away. He looks for the jump. He's going to move on to Insania. Tiger trying to turn and lock them down with the shackle shot. It's shackled the Ursa straight over to the neck corner. As Minko, he's caught in position. He's out of the game. No buyback, of course, still available on the Ursa. As Alliance, they'll clean up a third set of racks. Nico Baby, he just wants to continue padding the stats. Jumps over, boosts up KDA once more. It is game over. And in a game where it was sort of a very sort of slow and steady win from Alliance, but a very sure one as well, as there was pretty much no point of this game where it felt that Liquid were going to have a shot at turning this one around.
No.